Greetings from the House of Ra. Today we will revisit one of the books that have been the focus of our most recent podcast. At the House of Ra, it is about the spiritual journey to end suffering. There is a real process for attaining this. We will begin with the book, Who Am I? Chapter 1, and consider the profound argument offered therein. Bhagwan Ra Afrika is outspoken and more critical than most teachers of the superstitious belief systems that are invariably wrongly associated with genuine spiritual traditions, especially within the African American community. Chapter 1, Know Thyself. Remember, to know thyself does not mean knowing in the very superficial way that you know yourself. You know your name, you know when you were born and who your parents and brothers and sisters are. You know your address and your social security number. These are very mundane, peripheral things. This is not much knowledge of yourself. These mystics were not talking about that kind of superficial knowledge. They meant to really know thyself. Your first order of business, if you are truly in search of the antidote to all of your suffering, should be to know thyself. Self-understanding is the foundation of the path. This is the argument that I offer you today for your serious consideration. Do you really know yourself? Do you really truly understand yourself beyond mundane and superficial knowledge? You know what kind of food and clothes you like and dislike, your favorite TV programs, etc. This is very shallow knowledge. This is ignorance. I call you to pause for a moment and really truly go on the search for some real understanding of yourself. It is so essential that you truly achieve at least some degree of self-understanding, that you see the true nature of your living and your life until that understanding becomes radical. I have repeatedly told you that the problem is your feeling of separateness, ego. Ego is this feeling of being separate from that which you are in search of and are trying to union with. You actually have to see this and lose all sympathy with your seeking. Become unsympathetic to your ego. This is the minimal criteria for the true application of the self-discipline that is sadhana. Otherwise, you will not enter truly into spiritual practice. You must find the principal mistaken activity. Just begin to examine yourself as you conceive of yourself right now, your life as it is flowing right now. See what is the essential activity that constitutes your life and your living. What is the activity that is consuming all of your energy, all of your breaths, all of your time? What is the principal activity that you are totally and always focused on and preoccupied with? What is the core activity that you are involved in around which all other activities revolve? Knowing that is self-understanding. All of this other stuff is just peripheral nonsense. You must know the essential activity that you are engaged in. That is the beginning of real self-understanding. It is not complete, but it is the beginning. What is the essential activity that you are engaged in from morning, noon to night, from birth to death? Observe it. Know it. That is knowing yourself as you are. This is essential stuff. This is basic. This is fundamental. So do not avoid your ignorance, at least not here. Satsang is a format where we can deal with our ignorance. There is a principal activity that underlies all of your activities, that all of your other activities are linked into. And this principal activity is the cause of your suffering, your unhappiness, your misery, your frustration. And unless you see what the principal mistaken activity is that you are engaged in, you will not be free. Be motivated to find what is that mistaken activity. There is something that is worth fighting for. Because if you are ever to be happy, even if you just only investigate the suffering itself, investigate it, move into it. The spiritual process is a whole different experience. It is translogical. It is trans-rational, transpersonal, and trans-psychological. It is not just religious, not just about morals. We are going, as the Buddha called it, into the deep course of wisdom. I am now talking about going into the deep, deep course of wisdom. It is time that we get down and let the chaff be separated from the grain. Let the wheat be separated from the strong. There is no way to introduce the teachings to a lower form. I cannot go lower than this. The responsibility is to the seeker. This is the challenge. This is the homework. More than anything, begin to start trying to truly understand yourself. I do not want you to be mistaken. All that you have been getting is little knowledge, and it is now time for the big knowledge, the knowledge of thyself and who you are spiritually. Enough for today. Rashekum Ma'at.